I've been on the road for nearly 2 months now. Since leaving St. John's, Newfoundland in mid-June, I've crossed Canada from the Atlantic coast to the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, visiting every major Canadian city along the way. And arriving in Calgary, one thing is immediately clear. This is a bold, confident city. Its scale, skyline, and sense of ambition stand out the moment you drive in. So far on this journey, Montreal has been my favorite city in Canada. There's something about it that just hits the heart. But I'm curious to see whether Calgary might give it a serious run for its money. In today's episode, I explore this modern Canadian city, starting with a walk through the downtown, followed by a bike ride along the Bow River, and a few other interesting spots. So let's see whether Calgary lives up to its first impression, or maybe even exceeds it. This is Calgary. Good afternoon on this beautiful sunny day. And I'm going to go out and see what the downtown area mostly is about, and also head down to the river area to see the green space of the city as well, and see how Calgary compares to Edmonton. I really enjoyed Edmonton as a city. It surprised me in ways that I didn't expect it. But Calgary is the big boy of the province. So let's go see what the downtown is about and then check out some other spots. Alright, let's go get them. No idea what these statues are. These are so weird. Like, here's public art, I guess. Yeah, no, not a fan of this public art. I respect artists for taking a bold chance, but yeah, sometimes shit just gets weird. But I'm headed to another sculpture. This is the one I intended to come to first as I explored downtown Calgary. We'll see how this public art compares to the last one, because the last one was not my style. See, this is beautiful public art. It's not traditional or classic, although in some ways it is. It's beautiful. Statue, wow. I'm inside the statue now, and you could kind of see elements of the face here. And it was created by a Spanish artist. And the purpose of the artwork was to represent a young girl with her dreams and her aspirations for the future. And this is the second tallest building here in Calgary. It's beautiful. This area of the downtown is very nice, very nice. But in other areas of the downtown, you'll see. We see the tower in the distance. Nice. I love doing touristy stuff like this. It's very fun to do. Here's the entrance to the place, and hi there. Good, how you doing? Just for one, please. Come on. Close. Yes, sir. Nice. The Calgary Tower was completed in 1968 during Alberta's post-war energy boom. Originally called the Husky Tower, it reflected the close ties between corporate power and the city's early growth. In 1971, it was renamed the Calgary Tower as the city's identity began to take center stage. Once the tallest structure in Calgary, it's now been surpassed by several modern skyscrapers, a quiet marker of how much the city has grown. Its chief rival is Toronto's CN Tower. The CN Tower is nearly 3 times taller, but that height can feel distant, almost abstract. By comparison, the Calgary Tower sits closer to the city. Downtown feels within reach. So while the CN Tower gets most of the attention, I'll personally take the Calgary Tower. If you visited both, Let me know which one you prefer in the comments. Alright, one last view of the tower from right below. Interesting thing I figured out today. So I'm 191 centimeters tall, and Calgary Tower is 191 meters tall. So the Calgary Tower is me times 100. Here's the back alley of the downtown behind a hotel and some other places, but nice. It's clean, no riffraff here. It's a well-maintained space. It's interesting because in Calgary, we'll see it more as we walk into other parts of the downtown. You see a lot more of homelessness, vagrant population. I'll just call them vagrants. People that, I know it's a very dismissive term, but I don't like seeing it. And it's the best description I could give. They're just people that exist on the peripheries of society. But in other parts of the city, it's very clean and nice and well maintained, save for the construction. There's just even little stuff like this in the downtown, which is nice. You walk over a grate and they have the footsteps. Now, I'm not sure what street this is, but we got a lot of police to hide the drugs. Wow, so we have a cannabis shop and we have a whole bunch of police in cowboy hats. Yeah, times have changed in Canada. Wow, a lot going on in this downtown. So this little street here is called the Stephen Avenue Walk. It's named after the first president of the Canadian Pacific Railway, Bankers Hall. Let's see what this building's about. Okay. The glass atrium is very nice. Nice view. Downtown is a pretty significant skywalk, kind of like Montreal has. During the winter, you could stay inside in the city center and walk around. So the rooftop here has a very nice green space. This is incredible. I wasn't expecting to see this in downtown Calgary. Yeah, this is very nice, Calgary. Good job. I wonder what it's like to be here in like the middle of the winter, because Calgary winters could be really cold here. So this would be a wonderful place. And the downtown skyline, you can see it through here too. The CBD here of Calgary was very impressive. Yeah, right up there with Toronto and Montreal in terms of like, wow, fact, very walkable. A lot of people moving around. Yeah, Calgary's up there with the big boys of Canadian cities, and Vancouver's on that list as well. Alright, so that's the bike rental place. Yeah, I'm gonna head down the trails. But nice day for a bike ride. No e-bike today. I just got the regular good old mountain bike. That should be fine, because this is a pretty level bike trail. No big hills needed to take. It was a view of the downtown. Yeah, this is the best view I've seen since the Calgary Tower. That was the best, but this is the second best. And they have a little beach area here. I guess best comparison I could make to Calgary in my global travels is Brisbane, Australia. And both are wonderful cities. If you live there, you live in a good life. Different vibes than the bike trails in Edmonton, which I thought were also spectacular. But these ones in Calgary, sorry Edmonton, I did love your city and your bike trail was wonderful, but Calgary takes the top notch. Now I have to decide if Calgary's bike trail is better than Montreal's. That's going to be a tough one. Unfortunately, time to return the bike. And I'm running a little bit late, so I'll try to get back quick, but one last enjoyment of this park. I'm just gonna go across the bridge and quick turn around and come back again, but why not? Because the views here are wonderful. And back over. Alright, dropped off the bike, and that was a 10 out of 10. You gotta do that. If you come to Calgary, get on the bike and see the trails, especially if it's a lovely day like it is today. Magnificent. And you look at this river. I will find the Bow River when I get to Banff tomorrow. And crossing another bridge. So many bridges in this city here. And a short distance away is a very nice neighborhood with a collection of bars and restaurants. I'm going to check that out, and I think I'm going to do dinner there tonight. Alright, so the neighborhood I'm headed to is called Kensington. And I get the feeling I'm entering a more eclectic area of the city. Alright, so this here is Kensington. And you have the obligatory rainbow flags, but it's kind of a status symbol of a place with, I have to admit, good food and good atmosphere. So it comes with the territory, but they have some interesting restaurants here. So Nashville hot chicken. Chicken has kind of got my attention. But don't go after the first girl at the dance. Take your time. See what's out there. Cheese. What is this about? So we just got a whole bunch of cheese options. Poutine. Alright, so Kensington isn't just one street, it's a neighborhood, but there's two main roads where all the restaurants are located on. And this is another big one. We got Hexagon over here, Hayden Block. This is the one I was looking for, though. I did the reviews beforehand, and now I found it. PB&J. There's the menu here: sandwiches and soups and drinks, and it specializes in peanut butter and jelly with different sandwiches. Here's the interior of the restaurant. Yeah, they do specialize in nuts here. And these are some of the different nuts that they, nice. Almonds. Yeah, when I was doing the research for this part of Calgary, I always do like, what's a good place to eat in every city? And this neighborhood popped up, and then this restaurant popped up too. So I think I looked back to this place like 3 months ago online in my laptop in my kitchen in Seoul. And now I'm here eating, so life is interesting where it takes you. You just put your mind to it, and then it materializes into this. So this is what I ordered. It's a Mighty Mo sandwich. It's just full of a lot of meat. That's why I got it, because I needed meat today. And I got the 7-Up Zero and a creamy tomato soup as well, which will be nice alone, but good to dip the sandwich. Alright, that was a filling meal. And I'm going to give that one a solid 8.5 out of 10. Very good eating. Nice ambiance in there too. I'm just going to walk a little bit through Kensington, and I'm going to head to the rail link. I don't feel like walking all the way back, because I've walked pretty far today. So I'm going to take the public transport back to the downtown area from here, and check out the city from another vantage point. They have some movies. Classic movie theater, very nice. Railway station, Sunnyside Station. Let's figure out how this works. Alright, cross the Bow River once again.
6th Street West Station. Center Street Station. Doors normally open on the right.
Okay, this will be my stop. That was a nice little ride. Alright. I'm gonna walk a little bit more through this downtown area. See a few more sights. And then interesting. The more east of the downtown we get, the more shadier some of the characters around me are.